Folks, so preliminary figures, I'm told, from the Tourism Ministry reveal that an estimated $5 billion, with a B, dollars in earnings was accumulated over Carnival Week in Jamaica. Senior advisor in the Tourism Ministry, Delana Seavright, joins us to discuss the economic value that Carnival adds to Jamaica. But I just tell you, $5 billion. Morning, my friend.
Morning.
And it's Jamaican dollars.
Yeah.
Some confusion online.
That's what I make
US
sure.
Dollars. I said, no, it can't be US dollars.
Yeah, it's $5 billion US. No, man, you related to it.
I will be set for life, you know?
Does that surprise you? And I ask the question because it's in Kingston, which is not necessarily the Mecca, you know? Usually is the rural areas the tourists will go to. Does that surprise you?
Listen, we're very happy about it because Kingston is becoming an entertainment center that we're really proud of. I mean, so the Chris Brown concert is here, a Nigerian superstar here, and now Carnival is the largest carnival certainly since 2019. The Carnival in Jamaica effort was spearheaded in 2017, which was through the Tourism Linkages Network, Sports and Entertainment Committee, all our carnival stakeholders, the Ministry of Culture, Entertainment, and so on. And we sort of put everything under one umbrella, and we've been driving it so that we can get more international visitors, more value for brand Jamaica, and so on. So it's been working very well so far. We're very happy about it.
Before Delia, do they stay in Kingston, the visitors, or do they stay like in Ocean
this time,
and travel?
Which is interesting, all the hotels were full. The Airbnbs were full. I mean, we've had 3 new hotels in Kingston in the last few years. The R Hotel, the Rock Hotel, and the AC Marriott, right? But despite that, a number of people stayed in Ocho Rios, which we found, quite interesting. And they transited from Ocho Rios to Kingston for carnival activities. And it's working like a gem. So this is why we're now talking about Montego Bay as a possible future potential as it relates to expanding the carnival product. And we're going to be looking at that.
I'm going to ask the question and everybody's asking me, and I don't have no answer. First of all, let me say, the ministry now says $5 million, and when we say the $5 million is...
$5
billion.
Yes.
Thank you, darling, $5 billion.
5,000 million.
How do we say it's Jamaica? Is it Jamaica or Neville? $5 billion and gone about him.
Well, it's Jamaica and everybody. Let's break it down. You have to buy your plane tickets. So that's taxes and revenues coming from all these people, thousands of people who came in for Carnival. You have the Airbnbs and the hotels, all the money going in there. The food establishments, the drink establishments, all the party suppliers, the production companies, all these bands, the kind of costume designs that they have. And when I hear the prices, I mean, it's really adds up quite quickly when people spend $1,000 on a costume. And we'll go, and then we'll go to the taxi drivers, the jerk chicken man, the hairdressers, the barbers, the cosmetologists. Everybody is involved in that value chain. And when you tabulate it, that's what you get. In 2019, it was about $4.6 billion. Now we're at about $5 billion plus dollars. Of course, there's been inflation over the years too. And we expect next year to be even bigger. So we're very happy about it. And the flow through in the economy is very direct. It's just there.
Okay.
Yes.
How do we get the word out? How do we get the word out to the visitors that Carnival is coming and ray?
One of our strategies has really been to ensure that we can encompass as much celebrities as possible into the Carnival programming. So this year you saw Kai Cenat was here, who is the Stream of the Year in the United States for 2023 and 2024. Yes, I'm going to give him a hard time. Nicole Arbour, a famous Canadian YouTuber, she was here. Of course, Coyle Ray and all these people were all here. And I want to thank Russian and Chad Lucci and all these people who helped to bring these celebrities into Jamaica. We're really happy about that. But those people carry the message to their respective demographic audiences and spread the word. And that's sort of one of the strategies we're going to be relying on going forward. The use of our influencers, people like Neville and Delia, to promote Carnival in Jamaica, to encourage their family and friends to visit Jamaica. And it's working like a gem so far.
Yeah. Sumfest could give us something. I know you're here to talk about Carnival, but Sumfest could give us something like that?
Well, Sumfest is a different sort of event. It's just a reggae show, and it runs over several days, and it has done extremely well. And it's a week of activities now. And we have a number of major events that we are looking at giving some amount of support to build out Kingston in particular as an entertainment capital. So we have the accommodations, we have the rooms, we have the airlines, we have the airports, we have all the accoutrements to make it wonderful, and we're pushing it.
Yeah, just coming off Neville's question, because that's some of the things.
Yes.
And it's always going to be a Carnival versus dancehall kind of conversation. And people are like, but why is Carnival getting this and allowed to do that? Want to dancehall, which is really our thing. I don't know how you respond to something like that.
Well, dancehall and reggae is completely enshrined in Jamaican culture. So there is dancehall and reggae activities going on all over Jamaica every day. But I do agree with you. I would love to see a little bit more professionalism when it comes to putting together more curated reggae and dancehall events that all are not the same, if you get my drift there. We need a little bit more diversity. I feel that it's different. Everything can't look the same and feel the same. And I think we have some work to do there. And I hope that the folks in the creative industries and so on will take on board this important advice.
What makes you put your hat in the ring? Because I know there's Rebel Salute that you guys get involved in.
Correct. Reggae Songfest.
What I have to I have to do to come and say, Mr. C. Wright, I'm having a thing. I want you to get involved in this. What?
Well, good. Well, the Tourism Linkages Network, which has an entertainment committee, and that team is chaired by Kamal Banker and those guys. And then we have the Jamaica Tourist Board, which has supported a number of these events through marketing and so on. The key is to come with a nicely curated product, present it to the Jamaica Tourist Board, present it to the Tourism Linkages Committee, and if it brings value, the key is bringing heads to beds, bringing visitors to our island. That's what we're about, bringing people into Jamaica so they can spend money and pump it into the economy. If you have a product that can do that, then we'll support you.
Speaking about bringing people, leave the things that happen and talk to me about the tourists. Why him come to Jamaica? Why Sheik? Why they come to Jamaica?
People. The people, even beyond the beaches and the beauty and the allure of Jamaica and the adventure and the diversity of our destination in terms of we have Kingston, we have Montego Bay, we have our mountains, we have our flatlands, we have Treasure Beach, we have so on. The people is the biggest attraction in this country because we're just very entertaining people. And we're good people to hang out with, and we have a vibe and we have a spirit. And when you listen to all these YouTubers and all these influencers who were here for Carnival, to this day, they're still promoting Jamaica. They're talking about it. They're on Instagram, they're on TikTok, they're on Twitch, and they're talking about Jamaica and their experience here. And it all comes back to us, the Jamaican people. I almost give ourselves a round of applause for being so good at having people just love us and love our culture.
I like to say Jamaica is very warm and the sun is not so bad.
Yes.
That is true. Wow. I have to jump out this cleaning up the place. We have to go there.
Actually, I'm not in the garbage collection business.
But I didn't hear this before, though.
I
didn't hear that before.
Frankly, it's an unacceptable situation. And I think the people of Kingston who had to traverse that sort of garbage in the streets in specific sections of the corporate area deserve an apology for what has happened, and we apologize about that. The Carnival in Jamaica is an extremely well-organized activity. There were cleanup crews going behind the revelers and so on, but there were some gaps clearly that cannot happen again. And we have made it clear that public-private partnership with our municipal corporation, SWMA, and our private sector stakeholders needs to be tightened up so that it never happens again. It's an unacceptable situation. We're a big city. We know how to clean up the place, and we're as shocked as everyone else, but it will never happen again.
One of the things I wanted to raise this morning also, because I'm looking at the crowd,
Yes.
And a lot of people say, oh, well, maybe my event is not going to attract the millions that Carnival does. But I know, for example, Calabash in Treasure Beach.
I will support Calabash.
Right. It doesn't have the numbers. But for Calabash, it's a good amount of people that heads to beds in St. Elizabeth.
Correct.
So if I'm in another parish, if I'm in Portland, if I am in St. Thomas, and I'm thinking, maybe I can do something that will attract visitors to my area or my community. Is that something that the Linkages Network will see as viable?
100%. As a matter of fact, Calabash is supported, as you know, by Jamaica.
Right.
And when you look at Calabash, it's just a curated audience. It's a nice mix of Jamaicans and Americans. You had Angelina Jolie there, a big celebrity there. If we could get even events in Portland, St. Thomas, other parishes that are focused, some of the things that we would love to see really strengthen, remember Yam Festival and all these things, Curry, we need to see some of that come back, and I think if people can properly structure it and present good proposals, they will get the support. Another important point there, September, October, tends to be the lighter months in the tourism calendar.
Right.
We need more events in September and October.
I want to follow that up too.
And I mean, it's, yes.
Yeah, I want to follow that up too.
Listen.
Because when we say the tourist, When I saw a lot of the people who came to Carnival, they were Jamaican tourists.
A lot of diaspora.
There were a lot of diaspora people
Yes.
who were coming back, which is a different kind of tourist than the North Coast, Montego Bay people, them.
Yes.
Do you find that for Carnival, mostly that happens, Caribbean people and Jamaican people return? I'm looking at the crowd and them look very much like me.
There's a lot of diaspora in the crowd, and there's a lot of people from the Caribbean.
Right.
We see that stats,
Right.
but we're seeing an increasing number of just foreigners, random foreigners mixing into the thing. And I think with these influencers coming, you're going to see more of that. And a number of them are still on island today, going to Dunn's River, going to all the attractions and so on. So we see more of that, and we're pushing more of that.
Yep. Final question from me, Mr. Steve, right? You keep saying that you want to see people do this, do that. Why can't you do it? When I say you, I mean the tourism people put on these festivals, the curry festivals and stuff. Why can't you guys take that?
We don't believe it's our role. We believe the private sector should drive ingenuity. The private sector should drive creativity. We're here to give you support. So if you have a product that can draw people, locals and foreigners alike, into a space to enjoy themselves, we'll give them marketing support to ensure that it is successful. And we'll help to guide you as well as a lot of the technical and logistical issues. When these influencers come in, it's all 23 rooms they need, well, you know the business. They need 50 rooms, they need this, they need that, they need a bus, they need this. It's a lot of logistics and a lot of work. They need security. We will help you with that sort of stuff.
I did say final question, but I lied. You keep hearing, and I was reading, 4 million visitors and 5 million visitors. We have enough rooms?
We do have a challenge when it comes to rooms. I mean, the fact is, a lot of Jamaicans have been complaining to me about the hotel rates and how full the hotels are. The rates are high because the hotels are getting them. We need more accommodations. This is why we're encouraging the Airbnb subsector. Already, it's about 30% of the accommodation space now, and it's growing. And people want it, and a lot more foreigners are demanding it. And I think it's an opportunity for the ordinary Jamaican to put your room on Airbnb, and you'll be surprised who's flying in from Sweden and Switzerland to come stay in that room, just to enjoy the culture and have a vibe with the local people. That's what they want.
Thanks for coming, sir. Good
Thank you. Good.
Yeah, Senior Advisor in the Tourism Ministry, Mr. Delano Seafright.
After the break, we discuss what Jamaica would look like with a logistics-centered economy. We'll soon come.